show all my people some love.
Here we go.
In the UK,
New Mexico.
Everybody,
Come on, y'all.
let's go.
shout out to Japan.
You got Miami.
Talking about the Shy.
How about Detroit?
Do you feel
That's sexy soul.
And what about the ATL?
North Carolina. Philadelphia. You got the NYC.
Do you feel
That's sexy soul.
I'm your girl Serena Soul Brown, coming to you live from your neighborhood to all around the world, bringing you 120 jazzy, sexy soul music.
Yeah.
From the underground to the independent to the mainstream.
Do you feel
That's sexy soul.
This is how we do it. Every Wednesday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. EST on SSB Radio. Come on and connect. Come on and connect.
That's sexy soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing grown men by empowering men around the world through his music and his message with his new project, GMH. That stands for the Grown Man's Handbook. I'd like to welcome two-time Grammy-winning producer, singer, songwriter, and musical director of Miss India Arie, Mr. Shannon Sanders, to the Serena Soul Brown Show. So how you doing, Mr. Sanders?
I can't complain. What's happening?
I can't complain either because, like, were you out at the Capitol Jazz Festival also?
I was there.
You know what? I thought I saw you, honestly.
I was there.
Because I was,
Okay.
you know, I'm back and forth from one stage to the other, and I had to get over there to check out India, and then I said, oh my gosh, that's Shannon right there. But anyway.
You know what? I sure wish I would have known you were there.
I know. See, you know how things are, but we're going to get it straight. Right now, it's all about you. How you feeling?
And all is well. All is well. Like I said, I can't complain. Life is good, and it's all in what you make it. So
It is
what it is, and what it is good right about now.
That's all right with me, Shannon. Let's talk about your current project, GMH. Let's talk about Man Up and all the good stuff. How did you come up with that whole idea to do Grown Man's Handbook?
Well, you know, I tell folks that, well, let me back up. I have 3 children. My oldest son is 19. I have a daughter that's 16, and then my youngest son is 9. But I tell folks that the Grown Man Handbook is an open conversation between me and my sons set to music.
Wow, who would have ever known?
And it's funny because just over the years, you know, my sons play sports, and just from being involved and being around them and their friends, I realized how many of their friends don't have fathers present.
Right.
So every opportunity I had, you know, whether it be giving somebody a ride home from football practice or what have you, I would always make it a point to speak to these young men whenever I had the opportunity.
Wow.
And that's what this is. And it just comes from realizing that, you know, not everybody has access to the same information. I was fortunate enough to be raised by my grandfather, and he was a pastor, and he you know, he gave me all he had, you know, no matter what it was. But he definitely equipped me with knowledge and passed on a lot of his wisdom on to me. So I try to do the same thing with not only my sons, but anybody I come into contact with, especially young men and especially young black men.
You know what? Hats off to you, because I think that is just phenomenal for you to reach out to other men and to have examples all the way through your lifetime. You know, even up to now, and how you're playing that significant role in your own sons' lives. Now, tell me also, how do women play a role in your handbook?
You know, a lot of it is, honestly, the handbook is about us. And it's about us getting back to the middle, as India said. But as far as women go, as far as the handbook goes, it's about how we relate to each other. It's about how we relate to women as well. And so the handbook is, you know, there's songs like Man Up. You know, Man Up just speaks to, you know, men teaching men. You know, the chorus says it takes a man to teach a man to be a man.
Absolutely.
But then the next single is probably going to be one called The Greatest Thing, that simply says the greatest thing God ever made is a woman. So a lot of it is that. It's just understanding our place and our role, and a lot of it is knowing where we should be and being in position, and then everything else falls in line from there. So women play a great part, but a lot of it is, a lot of what the handbook is about is just us getting in line. So that we can be in position and be what you guys need us to be and where we need to be in our families and in our careers and in our communities. That's what the handbook is about.
I'm feeling everything that you're saying, and actually my production staff in here, half men in here, so I want to hear from them real quick. Like, what do you think about what Shannon just said?
I mean, honestly, I agree with them. A lot of my friends.
This has been Fame, by the way, Shannon.
They
What's
don't
happening, bro?
have. How you doing today? And they don't have, a father figure in their life. And my parents were separated growing up, but my father still, was in my life, and just the time that he was spending with me, even though it may have been for a weekend here until I got older and I could really be with him on my own and stuff like that. It really made a significant difference in my life, as to a lot of my friends that don't have any fathers and they in the streets and they just not diverting their talents.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, a message that Shannon is sending out in his GMH project. Do you feel that the messages in the music is enough to really take you to a different place in your thinking and your actions, so that you can provide better support even when you decide to have children, and the men around the world, and how you can support your guy friends in thinking differently than what, when they're just in single mode?
Yeah, I think that I commend the brother for actually, having the courage and wisdom to actually put the project together, because a lot of people really need this project. And
thank you, bro.
And you're welcome. And I feel as though if you listen, it will definitely make a difference. And that's just with music in general. You can learn a lot from music if you actually listen to the music and not just the beat.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Shannon, I wanted to bring him into the conversation real quick, because we have been actually rotating Man Up on the station for at least a few weeks now. And it's been getting very positive feedback and a feeling, and it has been really drawing us closer in conversation. So
that's what it's all about, just for it to be able to spark conversation. That's the whole thing, that's where it starts. So if the song, the song is not the, end all be all, but if it's doing that, then I feel like it's doing what it was created to do, which is just spark conversation, because these conversations last a lot longer than a song does. Song's only 3 minutes, but these conversations go on and on. I got some partners of mine tuned in here at the barbershop here in Nashville.
Oh, wow. Shout out to the barbershop in Nashville.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you and welcome.
Yeah.
So that being said, these are the kind of conversations that are happening in barbershops all around the country. But that's what the handbook is. It's these conversations set the music.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I commend you for doing it. Because I know, in the industry now, it's so hard to get messages out there. And I know you working with India Arie and other, I call message people. You got like a message caravan going on with all the people that you work with, bringing true messages. And I so appreciate that. I call it jazzy, sexy soul music here, but I like to gravitate to the quality and the message that's in the music. So when you reach out there and you bring messages to heart, and it still finds a place in this industry right now when it's bombarded with popular pop music, I think you've done a phenomenal job already.
Well, I appreciate it. One of the things that I'm really excited about, and the person that brought us together, Miss Laura Reed, and I heard you play Faith and I Feel a little bit ago. We appreciate that as well.
Yes.
But she's really been a pleasure to work with, because she's all about it as well. And one thing that I learned from working with India a long time ago is that you don't have to compromise who you are to do mainstream music.
Right.
And so thank you for giving us a platform to be able to say something, and to be able to have it heard. It means a whole lot.
Thank
it definitely
you.
means a whole lot these days. So,
Thank
and I
you.
mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I got the Ooh Baby songs.
Oh, I know you do.
But,
I know you do.
I mean, we can do that. You know what I mean? But I just feel like there's a time and place for everything.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, Yeah, but for the first thing that I want you to hear from me from this project, I didn't want it to be male-female dynamic driven. I wanted it to be community driven. I wanted it to be something bigger than self. I wanted it to be something that we needed as a community, because this is what I wanted to do. Yeah, there's the song, but I wanted the song to get me to this show. I want this song to get me in a position to talk to people, so that, like you said, these conversations can be had, just so we can start getting back to the center as a community.
Well, Shannon, you've worked with top-notch artists, from India Arie to, you can name them all, you know, Anthony David. I've seen John Legend. I've seen so many people in your repertoire.
Yeah.
What helps you to stay realistic in the role you serve as musical director, producer, singer, songwriter, and be true to your mission as an independent artist?
Well, you know, I tell folks, you know, to produce is to bring forth, you know, to bring forth performances not only from yourself, but other musicians involved and engineers. Shout out to Mike Gironi. You know, to songwriters, to artists, anybody that's involved in the process, even just producing the environment in the studio. To produce is to bring forth, the same way an orange tree produces oranges. So that's the thing. So a lot of what production is just helping people be who they are. You know, some kind of like being a musical spiritual midwife, if you will. You know, it's kind of like who is it that you're trying to be? What is it that you're trying to say in this moment? That's what production is, and I think that I think to be a great producer is to get yourself out of the way as much as possible, to have your ego out of the way, and to try to bring forth as much as you can from the whole situation, especially the artist, and then to infuse yourself, you know, when need be. But for the most part, it's that. But as far as my own artistry, it's the same thing, but I stayed lined up. You know, India encouraged us a long time ago as a band to all develop mission statements, and I took that to heart. So my mission statement is to bring forth an understanding of what it means to live in love from a man's perspective, using the power of words and music.
That's
so
beautiful.
That's my mission statement as an artist.
That's beautiful.
But as a producer. Yeah, but as a producer, it's like, you know, it's whatever. You know, if you came down here and said you want to make a record, Serena, then it's about you. It's not about me. It's like, okay, what is it you're trying to do? And my job is to make that hit as hard as it possibly can.
Exactly.
Well, you know what, Shannon? I got some words for you. We're going to put them into a song. I'm going to be hitting you up. We're going to see you real soon. You put it out there, and I'm going to, you know, I'm up for the challenge. But, you know, that is so true. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Man, and for India to say, you know, that was really a professional move for her to tell you guys to find a mission and come up with a mission statement, because that's how most businesses succeed. You have to have something, a goal to reach for, and usually the goals are in words first.
Well, absolutely. And the thing is, you know, I found that it's helping me stay very focused on what my purpose is, you know, and you know, helps me keep from deviating from what I know my path ought to be, what I need to be talking about in this moment anyway. So I mean, that's I just feel like this is where my blessings where my blessings lie. No doubt. Is you know, in you know, attempting to serve for the greater good, or attempting to contribute to the greater good.
Well, you're definitely doing that. You are definitely putting it out there. All of your music. Shay Black, you got something?
I just want to say, basically, you know, family, what you're saying is so true, and I'm so glad that you are communicating on so many levels around the world with all of us, man, you know, because brothers, as an individual, we still do our thing, but we still need to have that communication going on so we all can be on the same page, and you're doing that very well, man.
Man, I appreciate it. I really do. And I mean, this is encouraging, you know, just to be able to talk to you guys and just to hear, you know, feedback is encouraging, because you never know. You know, you sit in the studio and you think, you know, I want folks are going to think I'm on a soapbox or I'm preaching, and it's not that at all. It's you know, it's just that, you know, these are the conversations that I hear, and honestly, it's frustrating a lot of times to listen to mainstream radio, and it's not reflective of our true voice as men. I don't really, you know, all we hear is, you know, we hear more about our you know, more songs of passion than we do songs of purpose
Right.
So and so that's the thing, and I mean nothing wrong with that, but a little balance would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, so
balance,
you know,
right?
so whatever I can do, you know, and I mean, shout out to 92.1, 92Q here in Nashville for playing it.
right.
Kenny Smooth is the program director here, and he went out. He went out on faith, and he's playing it. And shout out to Keith Landecker down at WJTT down in Chattanooga.
Wow.
He's playing it as well. So I mean, so
That's
for you
hot.
guys to be on it means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does mean a lot. So thank you from the
Well,
bottom of my heart.
I like to say shout out to them barbershops around the world because you know we be having them man conversations for real.
Yeah, we do, but it's funny because as soon as we leave, it stops.
It stops,
So
exactly.
So that's the whole point of having music, of encapsulating some of these conversations in music, so you can take it with you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I had to bring the men up in here. I had to let the men up. Say men up in here. Men up in here today.
You know, it's crazy. I was in the airport the other day and leaving Capitol Jazz, and there was a mother moving through the airport. She had two big heavy bags. She was making her way towards the ticket counter, and she had a son with her. And little man appeared to be maybe 2.5, 3 years old.
Uh-huh.
And he got to a point, I guess little man just had it. He threw his bag down, and I mean, he gave his mama a certified fit right there in the middle of the airport.
Ooh, we know those days.
Oh, man, so I'm walking by, and then I tell him, as I'm walking by, I go, "Run up." I'm talking about the little boy is on the ground falling out.
Oh.
And the little boy wipes his eyes and he stands on his feet like it was just in him. He didn't know me. And he did it before he even thought about it.
Wow.
But he jumped up and I was like, look, I said, look, man, your mama needs you right now.
Wow.
She's got her hands full. Your mama needs you, man. She needs you right now. Look what you're doing. And your mama needs you. Your mama needs your help, man.
Wow.
And he looked, and he never said a word. He looked at me, he picked his bag up, and he kept walking.
Woo, you must have some powerful eyes, Shannon. You probably looked
You
at
know
that
what?
boy, he probably said, oh, he ain't no joke.
But more than that, it's just the sound of a man's
Yes,
voice. That's
yes.
what we respond to.
And direction.
That's what boys respond to that, and as a community, that's just what we need to be about.
Exactly.
And it doesn't stop at 3 years old. That continues on through. That's why these conversations still resonate with us. You know, like that's really the best part about going to the barbershop.
I know.
Is these conversations, that's when we can really talk real.
It is an experience because the women go through that too. We talk shop talk too, guys. We do have some things that we discuss in detail in the shop.
In the shop.
Trying to get the ladies on point, you know, absolutely. Well, you know what, Shannon, we've been having a great time talking some serious things that you had to offer in words and messages that we want to get around the world. And we're going to have some fun time with you. And we call this SSB Fans Want to Know.
All right.
SSB fans want to know.
So in 60 seconds or less, we need you to answer these questions, Shannon. If you had to pick
right.
one mainstream artist that you haven't already worked with that you would love to collab with, who would be your dream collaboration?
You know what? I've been trying to find Tweet for years. Tweet, if you're out there. Get
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I actually thought about putting Tweet on rotation today, and I said, I got to look for that one song. I mean, she has some bomb music out there, really.
Tweet. My
Tweet.
goodness,
All right, tweet if you're listening. Get at him, Shannon Sanders. You can't go wrong if you get with him. Tweet, call him up. Okay, now who's your celebrity crush, if you're allowed to say so?
Man, no celebrity crushes. I never had a celebrity crush.
That you want to share with the world?
I've had crushes on the music, though. I've definitely had crushes, like Tweet's music. Like,
See?
I can definitely say that. Like you know, like I've had crushes on people's music before and been like, wow. And in what you said, like who I'd love to work with, or who I could bring something, like, know I could get something out of, or we could do something great, yeah.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
not an official celebrity crush. I can't say I've ever had a
Okay,
celebrity
he just got a tweet crush, y'all. Tweet crush. Okay, now tell me what would be your dream city to perform in?
Dream city to perform in. Dream city to perform in. That's a good one.
You've been all over the world already.
That's the thing, right? We've done a lot of them with India. We've done a lot of them already.
Shout out to India for taking them all around the world.
I tell you what.
Can I go?
I'd say Rio. Haven't
Rio.
done South America yet, so I'd say Rio.
Be careful in Rio. You might not come back.
Yeah, I know.
You know about Rio, right? Your sons need you. Okay, all right. You got me, right? All right, we here. Okay, tweet crush. All right, Shannon, describe your image in 20 seconds or less. Your image.
My image?
Yes.
Describe my image. I would have to say masculine. I'd say positive. My image. You know what? I tell you what. I put it like this: Levi's and shell toes.
All right.
Levi's and shell toes.
I feel you. I feel you. That's right. Bring that leather back. You know what I'm saying? For real.
All the men in here. Get to the back.
Adidas.
Get to the back.
Levi's shell toes. Hey, you know what? Hey, and then at the same time, when appropriate,
yes,
flexing hard bottoms.
That's right.
See? Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm not mad at you, Shannon. Do you, okay? Do you. All right, give the sweet people out here that are listening to you, who's already loving you around the world, all of your information, how they can connect to your music, more music from all of the artists that you work with, and Shannon Sanders, your message in your GMH book.
Get at me at, let's see, ShannonSanders.com. If you go there, you can find everything else. ShannonSanders.com is where it starts. But all love, I want to thank you so much for having me. At the same time, I want to thank Laura Reed for putting us together. And you know what? You guys go to LauraReed.com as well. I'm really excited about that project right now.
I love her too.
I'm working on. Laura's a special one. She really is. And the record is going to be phenomenal. If you love Faith Not Fear and you love the album, The Awakening. So it's coming soon. That's it.
And that's it.
That's really about it. Go to iTunes, get that man up. There's another one there called Daddy's Little Girl. Father's Day is coming. I'll tell you right now, if you got a daughter and you're sitting at the computer, go to YouTube and check out Daddy's Little Girl by Shannon Sanders and take some Kleenex with you because he might need.
That is so sweet. You know what, Shannon? You sound like you could be on Tyler Perry's next movie right now. Like,
well, come on,
you know, I'm gonna speak it. You need to hit Tyler Perry. I'm gonna hit Tyler Perry up for you.
They listening.
I'm gonna tell them to get at you. Because you got some stuff. You know what? You are such a wonderful, I feel like a vibing, peaceful person. And I'm just so happy to talk to you and get the message out there about what you're doing beyond who you've already worked with, just to get to know Shannon Sanders, you know, the whole heart of a man that you're bringing to the table. Your boys are really lucky. Your whole family is lucky to have a mind called Shannon Sanders. All right.
Thank you so much.
Much respect to you.
Thank you so much, and you as well.
Thank you. And we're getting ready to man up right now for the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shannon Sanders. He's getting ready to take it in. We're getting ready to man up. Come on, Shannon Sanders. Put your hands up, y'all. Come on, ain't nothing but a party right here on SSB Radio.